Hey everyone, it's me and welcome back to Wentworth Life. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded here. Life has been pretty full on this year and I needed to take a little step back, recharge and focus on some personal and business things, but I have really missed this. I have missed talking about Wentworth, reading your comments and connecting with all of you amazing, lovely fans who just love the show as much as I do. So today I just wanted to have a little sit down and have a proper chat with you guys and talk about, what's been going on and what might be next for Wentworth, and of course our favourite characters who made the show what it is. So yeah, it has been a pretty busy year. I've been focusing on my other projects, my wedding business, my horror YouTube channel, and just life in general, but honestly Wentworth has always been in the back of my mind. I still rewatch scenes, I still talk about it with friends, and every time I scroll through social media I still see Wentworth edits popping up. It's like the show just never really ended. Coming back now just feels right. I've missed the conversations and the theories, the laughs, and those emotional deep dives we used to have. I mean, let's be real, even years after the finale, Wentworth still hits differently. It wasn't just another prison drama, it was emotional, it was raw, it was definitely unpredictable and beautifully written. It wasn't afraid to show trauma, power, loyalty, and love in the darkest places. That's why fans like us still talk about it. Wentworth didn't just end, it did stay with us. So on that note, let's talk about something that's been floating around, a possible Wentworth spin-off. Now, if you guys remember, I actually posted this video.
Look, if, I don't know, there is a potential spin-off in the works, did you know that?
What?
No, keep talking.
Keep talking.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but whatever, I'm not getting paid. I haven't signed anything. It's been for years actually, been in the pipeline, and I actually did do some work with them on it, and then it went quiet, and then when we were in Jersey, I left Jersey to go to San Francisco so after the event, the day after the event, all of a sudden there's an email from Fremantle and they're saying, oh, just so you know, we've got the green light to go back into development. And I was like, well, I didn't even know you'd stopped, but whatever. And so, you take these things with a grain of salt. It has been a long time coming, but if it goes ahead, then you will see Boomer with the baby. I can't promise anything because the industry's so precarious at the moment. Who knows? And you might see Danielle with a red balloon, just saying. That is... I love this. Putting it out. I love this.
Now, there is no official word yet, but the fan theories and rumours, they just keep coming. I mean, I've been reading a lot online, and some people are saying that we could potentially see a prequel focusing on a young Joan Ferguson. I've seen people saying that they think that it could just be a continuation, but maybe following Vera raising baby Grace, or maybe Rita trying to build a new life outside the prison walls. They're all brilliant theories. I mean, I'd love to see like a spin-off based on Rita, maybe even Ruby, Vera and Grace, and of course Boomer, and oh my god, Joan Ferguson and Lou Kelly. I mean, the magic number 7 characters there. I mean, maybe a redemption style crime drama where Rita and Ruby are trying to help other women escape abusive situations. Maybe a little bit like a Halfway House, prisoner fans, you will know what I'm talking about. Maybe Vera has decided to leave Wentworth. Maybe she's taken a couple of years out and is spending time with baby Grace and helping to raise her. Remember, Rita and Vera both bonded back in series 7. Remember that time when Vera sneaked Rita out of prison to visit Ruby in hospital? Also, Vera is friends with Bridget, who of course is with Frankie, and hopefully that means we get to see Boomer being released with her baby and having all of their storylines incorporated and intertwined. But as we all know, JF, as in Joan Ferguson, she is still out there in the woods living her best life. I mean, she is a massive big character to not have around for a Wentworth spin-off show. Also, Lou Kelly. I think that we needed more series with Lou Kelly, and when we last left her in the bomb aftermath, she was trying to escape, so maybe Lou could escape and go on the run in future episodes, wanting to, maybe get some revenge on Rita for stopping her from escaping the last time. I mean, the ideas and the lists are endless. There are so many ways a spin-off show could go. If it's done right, it could be fantastic. However, when there are spin-offs from popular TV shows, they don't often work out, let's be honest. I have seen it happen in many other TV shows over the years, and they usually end up flopping big style. It's because people compare it to the main event. So, as much as I am open to a Wentworth spin-off, I would much rather prefer Wentworth to just return, just to come back. Maybe set it a few years later and onto a brand new chapter. We can still have a few familiar faces return who are still in the prison, but we can also have some brand new fresh faces. I mean, poor Will Jackson and Vera Bennett, those two characters really went through it. I actually lost count the amount of times Will actually said that he was going to resign. So if Wentworth were to return and set it maybe around 5 years later, maybe by this time Wentworth becomes under new management, a new governor is thrown into the mix, a couple of new officers, and maybe a big new character with a huge storyline that could just flip everything on its head. Yes, it would be sad to not have Will Jackson there, maybe even not have Vera Bennett there, but if they want to set the show a few years later, we probably would need a bit of a fresh start. I mean, I would want Will and Vera in the next Wentworth, if Wentworth ever were to return, but I'm just throwing ideas out there because, as I said, the ideas are endless, but I'll be very interested in hearing some of your takes on this potential Wentworth spin-off that's been doing the rounds. Let me know in the comments box below. Alright then, let's talk about our favourites, because I mean, whether if you were Team B or Team Ferguson, Team Vera or Team Rita, we all have those characters that stayed with us long after the final episode. There are just so many, Wentworth characters who I just adore, but I think for me, one of them, Vera Bennett, she will always have a special place in my heart because her growth from this timid, rule-following officer to a very strong, independent governor was incredible. And Joan Ferguson, she probably was the ultimate villain of the whole show. I mean, she was complex, she was terrifying, and she was just brilliant. You cannot deny that Pamela Rabe owned that role. And actually, I've got to tell you this, guys. Talking of Joan Ferguson, I actually had a realization the other day. Joan Ferguson reminds me of a certain character from another movie. And that person is Professor Snape from the Harry Potter movies. Honestly, I don't even watch these Harry Potter movies. Peter loves them, and all of the Harry Potter movies are on repeats in the UK television, usually on like ITV1 or ITV2 over on the weekends. And I just happened to watch one of them the other day, and I literally could not believe the resemblance of Professor Snape, played by the incredible Alan Rickman, and Joan Ferguson, played by the incredible Pamela Rabe. I just can't unsee it now. Do you guys see it? Do you see where I'm coming from? Let me know. Okay, so since my time away from the channel this year, AI and ChatGPT have really taken force in all of our worlds. It's actually quite scary how you can literally make short videos of, celebrities doing and saying things that you just know they would never say. However, I did have a little play around with Will Jackson and Jake Stewart. I have this AI app thing on, but it just happens to be on my video editor program that I use to edit these videos. So I wanted to try something out, and I happened to have this photo of Jake and Will. I think it was a photo from the final series or the final 2 series. So I asked AI if it could make these 2 characters have a fight, and this was the result. Oh god. I mean, at first when they both turned to look at each other and squared up, I was like, ooh, this is amazing, this could be good. But then Jake just started doing some strange frog dancing around with his bum in the air while Will is just there trying to grab him. Brilliant. I'm definitely gonna have to try and do some funny AI videos and post them here, on this channel in my future videos going forward. Oh, actually, maybe I can try and get Joan and Rita to have a little fight scene. The fight that we should have had. Oh, that should be good. Unless, Joan starts dancing around Rita, who knows? But it'll be interesting to see. It's probably going to be comedy gold, so I'll make sure I'll get that one done ready for my next video. So before I respond to some of your lovely comments over the past few months, I just wanted to let you know that I have some very exciting Wentworth content on its way. You won't have to wait too long, and I am going to try and space them out a little bit, but, I wanted to know from you guys, what sort of content would you like to see me do on here? Do you have any video ideas? If you do, pop them in the comments box below. I want to see all of your suggestions and I'll see what I can do, okay? Right, on that note then, it's time to reply to some of your lovely comments over the last year. Okay, so we've got Blonde Envy. Sonia was an amazing character and such an interesting villain. I wish her backstory and murderer side was revealed earlier. She had quite the body count for a posh, wealthy lady. Well, Blonde Envy, thank you so much for your comment, and I agree. I thought that she was a very interesting villain for the show. There was almost a little bit of like a Joan Ferguson persona going on inside her. Had she not been pushed off the roof by Kaz Proctor in Series 6, then who knows what may have happened in Series 7. Maybe she would have become Wentworth's new top dog. Who knows? Okay, so we've got Victonio Montelenon 4105. I think I absolutely butchered that username, but a nice little comment. Drago was awesome, and yes, I absolutely agree. It is a shame that her character was killed off at the end of Series 6. I know exactly why they did it. They did it because they needed certain storylines to move on. They needed the next chapter of Rita's storyline to move on. But it is just a massive shame that it had to be Drago that pulled the short straw. Thank you for your comment. So we've got Brandy Lish. I love Lou. I wish we had more Wentworth and more Lou Kelly. I would have much rather Lou than Sonia. I'm in US, so watched this on Netflix. Where can I watch Cell Block H? Does anyone know? Is it any good? Well, Brandy, thank you so much for your comment, and I agree. I've said in many of my videos that it is a shame that we didn't get Lou Kelly in the show sooner. I definitely feel there is a lot more to learn about Lou Kelly in Wentworth. And in terms of Prisoner Cell Block H, well, I'm a huge fan of Prisoner. And if it wasn't for Prisoner, there wouldn't have been Wentworth. But in terms of you watching it, well, most of the episodes are on YouTube. I'm not sure if they're blocked in the USA, but have a little search on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure all 692 episodes are on YouTube. Eva Woodworth 8731. I'm very late to watch Wentworth, however, I loved it. Joan Ferguson, played by Pamela Rabe, must return. It would not be Wentworth without her. Well, Eva, thank you for your comment, and it doesn't matter how late you are to Wentworth, you made it to the party in the end. And I absolutely agree. Joan Ferguson is an absolutely incredible character brought alive by Pamela Rabe, and I actually am glad that they brought her back for the final 2 seasons. I did always feel that her original exit from the show didn't really give enough closure, in my opinion, and I think she deserved a better exit, especially if they were going to kill her off. She deserved better than that. Jacob Bob. As soon as Wentworth finishing uploading all of the seasons on their YouTube channel, I ran straight to yours and rewatched your fanfiction season 10 for about the 5th time. time. Now, whenever I rewatch the actual show, your series 10 is like canon to me, and I have to watch it too. Oh my goodness, Jacob. I remember seeing this comment a little while ago, and I did reply to you, but oh my word, this just made my heart melt. I don't really know what to say. I'm a little bit lost for words, but I'm so glad that you enjoyed my series 10. It is a shame that there is no way of me bringing it to life in like video format, like we were talking about AI earlier on in today's video. So how amazing would it be if AI gets that good that we could maybe create our own little Wentworth episodes? That would be very interesting. If the day ever comes that we can do that, I promise you I will turn my series 10 fanfiction into video. Thank you for your comment, Jacob. And we've got Buster XQ3ER. Hey, you should do some more prisoner reviews, the best episodes, etc. The Great Fire, The Siege, or Lou Kelly's Riot would be ace. Well, Buster, thank you so much for that comment. I was doing all of the prisoner episode reviews, but I was just realizing that not many people were watching them, and there's so many episodes. However, I do like the idea of the best episodes, like The Great Fire or Lou Kelly's Riot, and some of those big episodes and storylines. So that might actually be a brilliant idea. So thank you so much for that, Buster. And we've got Michelle82478. The song that they play during the montage of the women mourning Bee makes me cry every single time. I can't take it. I always have to mute it, and even then I can hear it in my mind and I cry. Laura is the name of the song, I must confess. Whenever I need a good cry, I listen to that song. It's just so heartbreaking. Great review as always, Craig. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. Massive shout out to you because you also do amazing Wentworth videos. And I have to agree, that song actually makes me cry. And a fun fact, I was actually in a bar one day with Peter and a few friends. It was the middle of the afternoon and they were just playing random songs, and all of a sudden I was at the bar ordering a drink, and this song, the one that they played during Bee's mourning at the start of series 5, started playing, and I couldn't believe it because I thought to myself, I've never heard this played anywhere, any other place other than on this Wentworth episode. So whenever I hear this song now, it reminds me of the time when I heard it at the bar. Thank you so much for your comment, Michelle. Okay then guys, well, so that is me back on Wentworth Live, talking all things Wentworth, past, present, and maybe future. I've missed you all, and I'm so excited to make some more Wentworth content again. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, because I am going to be posting any Wentworth news that may come out at the end of this year, maybe next year. Whenever we get any Wentworth news, basically, I'm going to be posting it here, so make sure you are subscribed. And if you haven't already, drop your thoughts down below and let me know which character from the show do you miss the most. It feels amazing to be back, guys. This is Craig from Wentworth Life, and I'll see you all in my next video.